High Plains Technology Center, turning education and training into workplace success.
Oh, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
High Plains Technology Center, education at the speed of business. School is now in session.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're doing something a little bit different today. So apparently they were scratching the bottom of the barrel for host. I'm Pete Carlson. I'm actually the construction teacher out at High Plains, but Taylor and Katie and nobody else was available. So they very hesitantly asked me to host today. So I've also got Mrs. Leanne Myers with us today, the multimedia teacher, as well as a couple other special guests that we're going to talk to here about some of the stuff they've been doing. So let's start out. Ms. Myers, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Leanne Meyer. I'm a multimedia instructor, like Peg said, and we're really excited to be here this morning. So we've got a couple of great students, some of our student leaders this morning.
Right.
So do you guys want to introduce yourself? Go ahead, Lathan.
I'm Lathan, and I am in the construction program with Pete Carlson.
Hey guys, I'm Taylor Thompson. I'm in the multimedia program.
They're not nervous at all, right? I can tell. They're just pumped and ready to go. I can tell. But we're going to ask them some questions. So some of the cool things we've been doing lately with these two specifically is, well, why don't you, what are you guys? I mean, I know you're in construction, you're in multimedia, and you guys are awesome students, but what else are you for our school or for our area, I guess you could say?
I'm a district officer for the Northwest District.
Yep. And what are you?
I'm the reporter for the Northwest District.
Right. So Taylor's our reporter. Lathan's one of our representatives. So, and we're talking about SkillsUSA here. So our school out here, High Plains, we have a lot of different student organizations. You know, we've got DECA, HOSA, BPA, and then of course SkillsUSA is the one that us trades are involved in. And just like any of those organizations, we have leadership things that go on, state officers, so forth. So there are current district officers, a couple of them, from the Northwest District this year, and they're doing an awesome job.
They did a great job this week. A few days ago, we just finished up their fall conference, and they had a huge part in getting that put together. So, Taylor, do you want to talk to us a little bit about what the fall conference was and how you guys had a part in that? Tell me a little bit about the fall conference.
So what'd you guys do?
Some of the things that we did was we helped plan the fall conference. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend going.
So, Lathan, I know that as an officer, the officer specifically had some things specifically that they did. What was one of your jobs there?
We had to host it and like do presentations and stuff to tell them about leadership. And
so what was your presentation over?
Workplace skills.
What did what was your favorite thing about the fall conference this year?
Seeing all those people out there learning, I guess.
Tell me a little bit about, as a district officer, what have you enjoyed most about being a district officer this year, Taylor?
My favorite thing about being a district officer this year was probably getting like together as a group and explaining like what communication and leadership actually means.
So, I know they're a little bit, you know, this is their first time on the radio, but they're doing a great job. But like, I can tell you from working with these two this year, they've came a long ways. Like, Lathan, I'm going to pick on you a little bit, right? You even told me this after the conference on Monday. You were like, you know, I didn't think that I wanted to do this, but now that I've done it, you've had a lot of fun, have you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you had to stand up in front of 250 people yesterday and talk, right?
Yeah.
Was it all that bad?
It wasn't terrible. It was a little nerve-wracking.
Right. At first it is, right?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage and preparation to do that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, that's props to you guys for doing what you're doing because it's not easy to do, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are doing a great job. So, Taylor, I think you've pretty much made a sister, I think. You found one of your long-lost sisters, didn't you? So that's another thing, like you're saying, you've made a lot of friends, right? You going to give a shout-out to her or anything like that? Right?
Hey, Sarah Grissom.
I knew that was going to happen.
I know that I was in the workshop next door to these two whenever they put on their workshop, and I'm telling you, I heard yells and laughter and fun, and I knew that all of the students that were in their workshop were having a really great time. So I know they did a fantastic job. Yep. I'm really proud of them.
And that's, I mean, like I say, the friendships, of course, you make are awesome. The leadership skills, that's, like Lathan and Taylor having to get in front of people and talk, right? And like I say, it's difficult. Well, I think we say this a lot, of course, and I do a lot. I think that's why SkillsUSA or any of those student organizations are a great asset to what we do in career tech or in education, period, is because no matter what career they go do, no matter what job they go do, they need these skills to be able to communicate, to talk to people, work as a team. So, like I say, I know they both were a little hesitant at the beginning, but they have came so far, and it's going to do them justice later on in life, no matter what they do. It's great stuff. That's why we really encourage kids to do this, and I think they're starting to see that, right?
And I look back on both of these students a year ago. So a year ago, they had really just started at Career Tech. They had been in school maybe 2 months. And I'm just curious, could you guys see you all doing what you did this week, leading a workshop of 200-300 people? Could you have dreamt that you would have been doing that a year ago?
Not really.
Are you glad that you took the chance and decided to be a district officer?
Yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Do you think you've gained anything from it?
Yeah, more confidence.
Right. And I can see that. We all can see that, right? Taylor, what about you? What do you think's been the most valuable thing that you've learned from it?
Probably leadership and like getting in front of everyone and like talking to them.
Absolutely, right.
What are some other things, like if there's a student out there, some students out there that are really not interested, they say, nah, I don't want to be involved in my student organization, what would maybe some advice that you give them?
I just tell them to try it out. If they don't like it, just do something else. And
Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone, as we always say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just what's the worst that could happen?
And not everyone has to step up and be in one of those leadership roles. There may be some other part of the SkillsUSA or one of their student organizations that they find where they fit, I think. But I think everyone is going to gain something from it, and especially new friends, and not just those from your school. You all met some people from all over the state, I think, and made some really lasting friendships for sure.
Absolutely. So we also had at the conference a speaker, Chuck Young, which he's an awesome guy. I've known him for a while now. He's a big part of SkillsUSA. He works for SkillsUSA actually in a capacity. But listening to him work with the kids yesterday, I mean, you guys thought that was pretty fun, right? Yeah. He's got a way of getting you guys engaged and teaching you something all at the same time. Would you agree that it was a pretty good deal?
Yeah.
Did you, when his final message, did you guys kind of hone in on that a little bit, what he was talking about, how SkillsUSA had really helped him, that he literally would probably not be alive if it wasn't for SkillsUSA? You remember that story he was saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of, when you think about it, there's a lot. I mean, he talked about how he went to a SkillsUSA conference and somebody convinced him to kind of run for some things and be involved, and that actually kept him from, doing some bad stuff, I guess. So it really was a life-changing, life-saving thing for him. So do you guys think you have done that for anybody? I mean, I think you have. What do you think? Do you think you're showing some people that you can do it?
Yes, I feel like we are, because they're kids our generation.
Absolutely. See, that's how you connect with them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And one other thing that maybe we didn't talk about is that not only are these two students and some of our other students as well, they have been really involved with our SkillsUSA, but I know that they are involved at their high school, and they're also having to keep up with their schoolwork too. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that maybe you do at your sending schools. What do you have going on this week, Taylor? This is a big week, I think, for Taylor.
What do you got?
What do you have going on?
So this week, we leave Wednesday for volleyball regionals, which we play Thursday.
Excellent. So good luck with that, Taylor.
Thank you. Hopefully we go on to state.
Excellent.
About you, Lathan, what you got going on?
I don't have anything today.
Well, what about this week, though? What do you got?
I don't think football game, I guess.
Yeah, so you got a football game, don't you? Yeah. Who are we playing?
Gremlin.
All right. At home?
Away.
All right. Like I've said, these guys are our officers, and they're doing a great job. And we've got, 8 others, right? There's 10 of you all together from across our district, which our district is basically, if you drew a line through highway or I-35 and I-40, that's kind of our district is in that area out here. So So it's a big area, right? So how many people did you, well, I already said you guys had 250 people at conference the other day, but our small facility, we actually had 511 register for that conference. So we couldn't fit that many people in where we were hosting it at MetroTech. So we actually have to do this again in a couple weeks. Don't we? We're going to have a second conference.
Yep.
Okay. Are we going to be ready for that?
So I think we're going to be way more prepared this week.
So every time when you guys were going through your presentations yesterday or Monday, every time you did it, you got better. Would you agree with that?
I would say yes.
Yeah. What about you, Taylor?
Most definitely. Because at first I was really nervous, but then once I got the hang of it, I got better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this is all about. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
And I think that is for anything that you do. The more times that you step up in front of someone and you have to step in front of a crowd and speak, or you go in for an interview or anything, the more times that you do that or the more times you practice, the easier it gets. You're probably always going to be just a little bit nervous when you step up in front of a crowd, but it does get easier. And I think people out there need to know, and students need to know that, yeah, you're going to be a little bit scared whenever you first start out. And that's normal. That's natural, but it does get easier.
Well, I know one thing that comes easy for these guys that I'm going to tell them a little bit is being a little bit ornery. It's kind of hard to get that, through the radio maybe, but Sunday we went down to the city, right? And we all met for lunch and got ready for conference. Well, and what did you all do for me?
So it was your birthday, and
Yep.
we got you a princess tiara and a cane since you're getting up in age.
Yeah. So we're always having a good time, but they like to pick on Mr. Carlson a little bit, as well as everybody else. So, but yeah, we have a lot of fun. So like she's saying, it's not always roses and, flowers working in leadership, but we do have a lot of fun, do we not? Most of the time.
I think so.
What about outside of the district stuff? What do we got going on in classes? Taylor, what are you guys working on right now in class? Or anything, big projects or nothing like that? Lathan, what you got?
We've been working on shelves for
Service careers.
Yes,
Service careers. Yeah. So we're building some shelves. So did you tell them what class you was in?
Yeah.
Did we do that? Okay. So you're in construction. Yeah. Okay. So you got all kinds of stuff going on. What about in multimedia? What are you guys working on?
Taylor's looking at me like, I don't know.
She's been just so busy with leadership. She don't know.
She has been busy with leadership. But Taylor has been doing a lot of photography, right? She was really successful in some of her entries at the fair. I'm just reminding her of some of the things that we've been working on too. Putting together some commercials for our different program areas. And we're starting to work on our own podcast.
Awesome.
We've got a lot of exciting things going on.
Well, we probably need to wrap up real quick, but do you guys have anything else you want to say? Okay, well, I've got to do one thing before we go. Now, this is a little bit more, I guess, just construction related, but since I've got the radio in front of me, our class, right, Lathan, is selling chances to win a hunting blind that we build every year. How much are they, Lathan? Tell them all about it. You got it?
$10 a ticket.
$10 a ticket, right? And we're selling 500 each student. So if you want to check it out, go on Facebook or any of our social media pages. We've got pictures out there. Come by, call the tech center, get a hold of one of my students, and that money goes to really help fund a lot of the things we do. So be willing to buy a ticket from my kids. I think it was a great talk, and we'll see you again next week.